Good morning, everyone. My name is Jared Solomon. I'm the chair of Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness. Welcome. Rep. O'Mara, please lead us with the pledge. Thank you, Rep. O'Mara. I want to welcome all of the committee members here, old and new. It is truly a pleasure to serve with my friend and Chairman Gillen for this session. Quick themes, three quick themes. First and foremost are your legislative priorities. I think we did a good job working in a bipartisan manner to push bills out of this committee to the floor, to the Senate, and to the governor's desk. With that in mind, we need to hear from you what you would like to do on this committee. At the beginning of last session, we had a series of meetings. Welcome, gentlemen. A series of meetings, Chairman Gillen and myself, where we identified your priorities and then work with you to move those pieces of legislation. We welcome that opportunity again if you'd like to meet with us, or if you'd just like to pull myself aside along with Chair Gillen to have a discussion about what bills you would like to see moved out of this committee. This is where the good work gets done, where good things bubble up, and where you can become subject matter experts and really work the committee process. So I hope that you propose legislation, you work with the two chairs, and then we work with you to get as many bills as we can to the governor. To that end, the first few meetings will be solely focused on moving the legislation that was stalled last session. We moved a lot of bills, Republican and Democrats. Some made it out of the House, some got stalled in the Senate. We're going to take those up in the first 2 or 3 meetings. We're waiting for LRB to complete drafting on a number of bills. We will move those bills and then hope for better outcomes this session, that we can all be at bill signings on particular pieces of legislation. So that's number one, your priorities. Number two, on the veterans front, we are going to work on a series of pieces of legislation that focus on retaining our veterans who are here and competing with other states to bring veterans to Pennsylvania. So that'll be a big priority of this committee. On the emergency preparedness front, we are going to be working on taking stock of our emergency preparedness infrastructure as we approach 2026, the 250th birthday of the U.S. So those three priorities are what I wanted to bring to the committee. Your bills, most importantly, working in a collaborative fashion with myself and Chair Gillen, and then the priorities on the veterans front and emergency preparedness. Any questions on those? Excellent. Moving on, we'd like to do introductions. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to do introductions of our respective staffs. First, I'll do my staff, and then we'll go to Chair Gillen. And then I would like each member to introduce themselves. Give us a little bit beyond just your district number. We're all human beings, so little family background, if you served in the military, interests. However, whatever direction you want to take, it'd be great to get to know you just a little bit. So first, Chair Gillen and I have the best staffers in the business here in the Capitol, and it's an honor to work with them. First, I want to turn it over to Mike Hillman, my Executive Director.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Hillman, Executive Director for Chairman Solomon. This is I guess it's technically my 5th session with the committee since 2018, and I've been with the House of Representatives since 2006. I live nearby in Linglestown with my wife and my daughter, who's turning 4 in March, and it's a pleasure to work with Chairman Solomon and Carrie and the rest of the staff and all the members of the committee.
Carrie. Yeah, sure.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Vagno. I'm the research analyst for Chairman Solomon. I've been with the House since 2021. This is my second session with the committee, and I'm from Bucks County, originally from Montgomeryville. Moved to Harrisburg a couple years ago, so I'm local here. Looking forward with working you all this session. Thanks.
Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie Macon. I'm the Senior Legislative Assistant. I do the attendance and roll call. So I've been with Chairman Solomon since 2018. I've been with the House since 1998. And I've been with many of committees, but actually this one's my favorite so far. So, and this is my second session with the committee. I live in a small town called Dauphin that has the small Statue of Liberty on the Susquehanna River. So that's my view every time I come in to work. So, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Thank you. Up next is Liv.
Hi, everyone. My name's Olivia Wilson. I'm a research analyst in LPRO, the Legislative Policy and Research Office for House Dems, and then I work here on the Veterans Affairs Committee staff on session days. I'm originally from Huntington County. I was born in State College, Rep. Take-Axe District, and I went to college in Williamsport up near Representative Ham, and I live here in Colonial Park with my cat, Pico de Gato, and we're glad to be here for another session.
Thank you, Liv. Chairman Gillen and your staff.
Thank you very much. That was Sean turning my microphone on. I really appreciate that. He's really the brains behind the operation here. If you need help with something, go to Sean. I could say the same about Mike as well. I've been a state representative since I was elected in 2010 and sworn in 2011. Before that, I was involved in missions. I was a 30-year also emergency medical technician, university police officer, as well as a correctional officer. But more importantly, my dad was a World War II aviator, and my mom was a Rosie the Riveter. She just passed away a little over a year ago at 97 years of age. I'm a gentleman farmer. I have 41.5 acres in Berks County. I say gentleman farmer, that means I lose money as I build character in my children. I'm the founder of the Berks Military History Museum, and currently we're midstream in a project right next door to build a Holocaust museum. Connor, I think you're in the on-deck circle. Where are you at? Let me just say a word about Julianne Newell. I know she's probably shocked at the first meeting she's going to have to say something, so I'll take her off the hook a little bit here. It's wonderful to have her in the office. For many of you, you're familiar with the name and the face of Luann. She's still working for the state, a little bit closer to home, but Julianne has done a wonderful job stepping into that role. Connor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Connor O'Leary. I have been with the House of Representatives for 3 sessions, say since 2022, and this will be my second session with the committee. Say I was born in Harrisburg, say, and currently live in York County. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Harris. I'm in my 23rd year here in the House, and been with the committee since February 1st, 2007. I live in Susquehanna Township with my wonderful wife, Heather, and I think most of you know me here except maybe the new members. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Jamie, please call the roll.
Chairman Solomon,
Here.
Representative Borowski, VBD, Representative Brown, VBD, Representative Doherty, Representative Genst, Representative Haddock, Representative Inglis, Representative Monroe,
Here.
Representative O'Mara, Representative Pielli, Representative Sappi, Representative Scott, Representative Takak, Representative Webster, Chairman Gillen,
Here.
Representative Banta, Representative Bashline, Representative Cooper, Representative Ham,
Here.
Representative Kerwin, Representative Krupa, Representative Major, VBD, Representative Rigby, Representative Stender, Representative Wattrow, Representative Williams. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Jamie. We're going to continue with introductions. Let's go to Representative Kerwin. First, I wanted to thank you for your service to country and Commonwealth. Welcome back. If we could have a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Joe Kerwin, I represent the 125th District. I'm in my third term here. The 125th District is northern Dauphin County as well as portions of central Dauphin County. Jamie, state rep. I know Dauphin very well. This is my second session on Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness. A little bit about me. I've been in the Army National Guard here in Pennsylvania for 13 years now. Presently a captain. I've held every role from rifleman in the infantry all the way to company commander, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next in the National Guard. But happy to be on the committee. Looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Rep Sappy.
Thank you. This is my fourth term in the House and fourth term on the committee, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you, especially on fire and EMS issues in our state.
Rep Doherty. And then we'll go to TACAC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sean Doherty. I represent the 172nd District of Northeast Philadelphia. This is my first term. Look forward to listening, learning, and working with you all. A little background about me in regards to my family. I come from a long line of West Pointers, go Army, beat Navy. I had to throw that in. But again, being a newbie, I look forward to learning and working with you all, and cannot thank you enough. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Rep TACAC.
Good morning. Thank you, Chair. Paul Takak, 82nd District, second term. Lot of Penn State connections here in the building. But a little bit about me, I'm the proud father of a paramedic in Pittsburgh, and I work very closely with our fire and EMS in the rural areas. And it's a big focus when, the nearest help is sometimes pretty far away. And we need to make sure we're taking care of the folks who take care of us.
Rep Haddock, and then we're going to go back that way to Rep Stender and then go right down the row.
Good morning. Jim Haddock, the 118th District, serving parts of Luzerne and Lackawanna County. I'm a former mayor of Avoca, so I work very closely with our police and fire and EMS services within the borough, so I know the plight of especially our volunteer services in the state of Pennsylvania. And while I never had service, in honor of my dad, who is a member of the Navy, bosun's mate, who was very proud of that, I am a member of the SALs in my local legion.
Representative Stender, representing Northumberland and Montour counties. Actually, prior to my service here in the House, I worked at 16th and State Street, just up the street here at Harrisburg Fire Station number 2.
Joe Ham, 84th House District, Lycoming and Sullivan counties. Third term in office, third term with Veterans Affairs Emergency Preparedness. Combat veteran, 11B infantry with the Army, and was a captain in the fire service. Favorite committee to serve on in the House because we stand for our men and women in uniform and those on the front lines. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Craig Williams. I represent Delaware and Chester County in the 160th District. I'm a retired Marine Corps colonel, nearly 30 years in the service. Combat veteran of Desert Storm, where I flew as a weapons systems officer in the backseat of an F-18. Went to law school in the Marines, eventually commanded The prosecutor's office at Camp Pendleton, commanded all prosecutors in the Marine Corps Reserve, and was legal counsel of the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Again, in my third term also on this committee. Most importantly, just graduated from Duke, a Navy ROTC man, and my son, who's awaiting nuclear school in Charleston, and my daughter just got admitted to Duke on a full ROTC scholarship for the Navy also. Thank you.
Good morning. Jill Cooper. I represent the 55th District, which is Westmoreland County. This is my second term in the House, first time on this committee, and requested to be on this committee. One of the most meaningful events that I do in my district is my Veterans Breakfast. We had about 250 there, and I just can't tell you how much I love them and want to help serve them. And also engaged with our EMS, and I think we all saw what happened in California, how important emergency preparedness is, and I'm looking forward to working with the committee to pass some bills here on the EMS side, and so requested to join, so thank you for having me, Chairman, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Joe Webster. I represent about 5 municipalities that are just west of the Valley Forge National Park in southeastern Pennsylvania. I'm trying to think here. This is my third term, which is 6 years, and as well, I'm going into the fourth. Completed 3, right? Yeah, okay. Well, and here's why I can't get that straight. As a retired Air Force guy, I don't think I've ever done anything more than 18 months. Right? So this is like the longest job I've ever held. I guess I've been a college professor twice in completely different arenas as an English teacher and as a professor of national security policy. I've worked for a technology startup and for a Fortune 500 company in the commercial sector, and none of those jobs lasted as long as this one either. And so here we are. I will say, just completely divergent, alter ego kind of thing, I have a small nonprofit organization, and we do music benefit festivals, concerts. And so you can Google Tall Trees. It'll be the first thing that pops up, and the next one is September 13th. We haven't announced our beneficiary yet, but it's free, open to the public. You know, go over to the tent and make a donation, and then everybody, I mean, it's 100%. Everybody is a volunteer, and we raise money for a local charity each year. So Tall Trees Music and Arts Festival.
All right, you're a hard act to follow. Nancy Genst, 152nd District, which is about 12 miles north of Philadelphia. I am a U.S. Army veteran. I worked with Army intelligence. I know that can sound as an oxymoron here and there. I served at Field Station Berlin when the wall was still up, so that's how old I am. There you go.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen O'Mara, state representative from Delaware County. I was elected at the same time as Joe Webster, which is how I know we're in our fourth term. I have been on this committee since I got here. It's my favorite committee. My father was a Marine and a firefighter. My husband is a combat veteran from the United States Army. I can trace our family's military service back to the Civil War, so I really wanted to be on this committee, and I look forward to another year or term of great work. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Ingalls. Represent the 38th District in Allegheny County. I'm new to the House of Reps this year. My background is in education. As of most recently, I was a school counselor up until 2 weeks ago at West Mifflin Area High School outside of Pittsburgh. If you want to know where West Mifflin is, if you've ever heard of Kennywood Park, that's where I'm referring to. That's West Mifflin. My father was a Navy vet, and he is a retired CB from the reserves, a senior chief. And also I served on borough council, so I see the side of the struggles and the resources and supports that are needed for our first responders. So it's an honor to be serving on this committee, and I'm looking forward to doing good things with you all.
Good morning. I'm Charity Grim-Krupp. I'm from the 51st House District, which is in southern Fayette County.
I'm very proud of the fact that I come from a military family, not to one-up Representative Amaro, but my roots can go back to the American Revolution and multiple grandfathers that served. I was born just outside of Fort Bragg, where my father learned to jump out of airplanes. My eldest brother's an airborne ranger. Second oldest brother is currently serving a colonel in the Marine Corps in Japan. Thank you.
Good morning, folks. I'm State Representative Chris Pielli from Westchester, the 156th House District. I'm a Army veteran, a past correctional officer. After the Army, the GI Bill helped me get to law school, so I became a lawyer. This is my second term and my second time on this committee, and this is one of the most, I look forward to coming to this committee more so than any other committee because I think it's probably the most bipartisan committee that we have here on the Hill, and I'm very proud to work with each and every one of you folks on this committee. Thank you.
We'll go to Rep. Scott and then work our way down this row.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Greg Scott. I represent the 54th Legislative District in Montgomery County, and that includes the communities of Norristown, Conshohocken, and Plymouth Township. I'm a volunteer firefighter and EMT with the Norristown Fire Department. My district has 7 fire companies and 2 EMS companies. We have combination. We have a combination department, a volunteer department. We've got career departments. We've got all types of departments and all types of vehicles with those departments. I like to say my district is a microcosm of America. We've got a mall, Plymouth Meeting Mall, the greatest mall in Montgomery County. My local southeastern folks get that one. We've got 76, 476. We see a couple of cut jobs, all types of stuff happening in the 54th Legislative District. Also helping me spearhead all this stuff is Zach Newman from my office, who helps me coordinate the Fire and EMS Caucus, which I'm a proud co-chair of, along with Representative Rigby, who's here, and Representative Borowski, who's absent. And one of the things I love about this committee the most is the fact that being a person who's been out there, being a first responder, we know that at no point did anybody ask what their political registration or their political status was. We want someone to, when they call 911, answer quickly and competently. We want that 911 dispatcher to have the tools that they need to dispatch a competent, well-trained responder, whether it's fire, EMS, or police. And we want those responders to have the tools that they need, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their zip code. Every Pennsylvanian, every American deserves to have someone come to their aid or need, regardless of what they look like or who they love, and that's what we do in this committee. Looking forward to continuing my work under your leadership, Mr. Chairman, and obviously Chairman Gillen, the historian of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives.
Thank you, Rep. Scott. Jared Solomon, Northeast Philadelphia, 202nd Legislative District. My wife and I, Tiffany, live 3 blocks from where I grew up, where my mom still is. So it's Tiffany, me, and our daughter Charlotte. You might have seen Charlotte completely wreaking havoc on the State House floor during swearing in. And Liv, I too have a cat, but we were not nearly as creative with our name. We got a stray cat who's gray, and we named him Gray. So, Liv, I'm impressed with that name. Who do we have next? Of course, Chair Gillen. Oh, no, you already went. You want to go more?
I'll take a second bite at the apple here. I have 7 cats. We have too many cats, yeah, but we have too few. Yeah, we have barn cats. We have treehouse cats. We have playhouse cats. We have inside cats. We have cats everywhere. I did not mention that I had 5 daughters, and maybe that is the most important part of my bio. And I was so thrilled when I was looking over at Representative Williams, Craig Williams, not to be confused with his twin brother Dan Williams. I was so thrilled to see how his children were doing. And here was his daughter sitting at a computer, and his wife, I believe, was kind of hovering nearby. And they got the acceptance at Duke University. It was a really seminal moment. I think one of the few times I've seen Representative Williams have tears in his eyes. It was just tears of joy, absolute joy. And there's a rubber check in my daughter's bedroom at home for some $80-some thousand, and we had tears of joy when she got her scholarship in ROTC, and she'll be finishing up college in May. And I wanted to say something about Representative Kerwin as well. It's so great to have him back, and his distinguished service is a thrill, really, to everybody on this committee. And on a lighter note, I don't know if Representative Banner is going to say anything about it, but he sang the national anthem at the Hula Bowl. He really, he represented armed forces as the ambassador, but he also represented the State House and the Veterans Affairs Committee here in the House of Representatives very well. Thank you, Representative Banner. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We'll come back for a third time for your introduction, too. Rep Monroe.
Thank you. Brian Monroe, serving Bucks County. 2 cats. Already to the cats. So I live in Warminster, Bucks County, with my wife, Natalie, and my 2 daughters, Lily and Anna. And Lily is now 17 and driving, so that's a unique experience. I am a former firefighter EMT, Berwyn. I am a Navy veteran, USS Theodore Roosevelt. And I'm a former police officer, Radnor Township Police Department. My stepfather was a police officer at Radnor Township prior to me. And I've both my grandfathers, who are no longer with us, both served in World War II, one in the Pacific and one in Italy. And probably one of my most cherished things this last year is I found 2 pictures of them back in World War II, which I did not even know existed. So, I did not think they existed. I did a shout out to Facebook. I'm like, anybody have anything? And lo and behold, they popped up. So it's something I'll cherish. But thank you again for being. This is a very important committee, and I will be starting the going back to my police background, the law enforcement caucus. If you see an email coming out today or tomorrow, please jump on. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Representative Jake Banner, 4th Legislative District, Erie County. And I have a farm. I spent 6 years in the military, did another 18 as a security specialist for the Department of Defense. It's great to be here with you guys and just be part of this process. It's really neat. And you can remember me as Jake from the lake. Thank y'all.
Josh Bashine, 63rd Legislative District. This is my first term that encompasses Clarion and Armstrong County. Happy to be here and work on a committee that really means a lot to me. I also trace my family from myself the entire way back to the Revolution, serving in every branch and almost every war. Live in Clarion County, which is also like almost entirely volunteer fire departments, and that means a lot to me, so I'd like to do things to help them. And as the chairman said, I'd like to also thank you to Representative Kerwin. Some of my soldiers fell under him on the last deployment, and I thank him for getting them home safely. Thank you.
Jim Rigby, 71st District, Cambria, Somerset counties. Joined the fire service in '77, ended up being a deputy fire chief, ended up getting out of the active side and going to the administrative side, and spent about 18 years as a president. Got into law enforcement in 1983. December 10th, I finally retired my badge after 40 plus years. I was a chief of police when I got elected into office, and I retired that, but continued to work part-time after I got elected. I just finally decided the time was right to get out. Spent 24 years on a borough council, 8 as a president, 29 years full-time at the American Red Cross. Used to collect platelet products for cancer and leukemia patients, and also spent about 7 of those years working in an operating room, salvaging blood and returning to the patients during surgery. Outside of that, it's been a pretty boring life. 3 dogs, a cat, 3 kids. They're all the same. Thanks.
Dane Watro. I represent Hazleton City, parts of Luzerne County, and parts of Schuylkill County. Second term, combat Army veteran from the Iraq War, mayor of 8 years, and since I got out, 2005, I was always chasing something to fulfill me, public service. And like you all, I know we have it now, and this is such an honor to serve in this committee, but to be a state representative. I have 2 girls, 25 and 17, Anastasia and Genevieve. They are just wonderful, wonderful young women. Married to Angela, and I have a black cat, and this cat wakes me up 3 o'clock every morning. So if you all have any ideas of how to keep this thing busy, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you all. At this time, we will organize the committee to conduct business for the duration of the 2025-2026 legislative session. Pursuant to House Rule 44, the committee shall operate pursuant to the standard committee operating rules. The standard committee operating rules are found in Rules 1C through 4C. As you may know, House Rule 1C authorizes the chairman to call and set dates and times for meetings and hearings on all matters within the jurisdiction of the committee. Further, it is important to be familiar with House Rule 3C, which sets deadlines for amendments to be filled with my office for consideration at committee meetings. With that, the House Veterans Affairs and Emergency Preparedness Committee is organized for the 2025-2026 legislative session, and I will inform the Speaker of the House. Does anyone have any questions on any of the rules mentioned? With that, we are going to consider House Bill 304. I will take a motion from Representative Stender, seconded by Representative O'Mara, to call up Representative Serrato's House Bill 304, printers number 257. Representative Serrato, can you please come to the mic and present any comments?
Thank you, Chair Solomon and Chair Gillen, and all the members of the committee. I'm here today to advocate for House Bill 304, a bill that seeks to honor and extend the same rights and benefits under Pennsylvania law to naturalized citizens who served in the Republic of Korea Armed Forces during the Vietnam War. These brave individuals have earned their place among us, and it is only fitting that we recognize and support them as we do our own veterans. In 2023, the Korean American Valor Act, which extended certain VA benefits to this population on the federal level, passed, and it is time for Pennsylvania to follow suit and ensure that these veterans receive the same respect and benefits at the state level. The Korean American Veterans of the Vietnam War nonprofit organization estimate that there are approximately 3,000 Korean Americans who served in the Vietnam War living in the United States today. Of these, about 400 reside in Pennsylvania and the Northeast. These veterans have made significant sacrifices and contributions, and it is our duty to honor their service. House Bill 304 also allows Commonwealth agencies and departments to request supporting documentation to determine eligibility for benefits for recognition. This ensures that we maintain the integrity of our veteran programs while extending them to those who have earned it. The Senate fiscal note from the 2023-2024 session of an identical bill cites the Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veteran Affairs, stating that any costs related to extending these eligibility requirements will be minimal and manageable within the department's current workload and budget. By passing House Bill 304, we uphold our values of fairness, respect, and gratitude for those who have served. I urge you to support this bill and ensure that all our veterans, regardless of their origin, are given the honor and benefits they rightfully deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Are there any comments or questions? Chair Gillen.
Thank you very much for bringing this to the committee's attention here. There was over 300,000, I believe, South Korean soldiers who fought alongside American troops, and thousands of them died. And we have a deep debt of gratitude. There were not many takers worldwide in terms of allies to the United States cause and preserving freedom in South Vietnam. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention those from Thailand, the Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand as well. There were over 50,000 from Australia who served alongside American troops, and hundreds of those paid the ultimate price. So we certainly want to honor and respect and support those South Korean soldiers who are still with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are there any negative votes? Seeing none, House Bill 304 passes unanimously and will move to the House floor. Thank you, Representative.
Thank you.
I will now take a motion from Representative Webster, seconded by Representative Williams, to bring up House Resolution 2, authored by Representative Watro. Representative Watro, your comments, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This resolution celebrates March 25th, 2025 as National Medal of Honor Day in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. There are currently 3,517 Medal of Honor recipients across the United States. Of that number, more than 1 in 10 Medal of Honor recipients come from our great Commonwealth. Pennsylvania is the second only to New York in a number of Native Medal of Honor recipients across the United States, with a total of 378 Pennsylvania natives having the Medal of Honor. Pennsylvania has a portion of Route 20 known as Pennsylvania Medal of Honor Highway, which runs east to west from our borders with New York and Ohio. In addition, I would be remiss if I did not direct everyone's attention to the fact that just across the street, the Capitol complex along Commonwealth Avenue is Soldiers Grove, which contains our Medal of Honor Memorial, a memorial to enshrine the memory of all Pennsylvanians who have been and may have been awarded the Medal of Honor. Just a short time ago before our meeting here, I got to sit down with staff and learned recently that from Black Hawk down, a soldier was awarded the Medal of Honor, and his name is on that memorial over there, along with a soldier from OIF. So I ask all members to please join me in recognizing, honoring the sacrifices of those brave heroes by adopting this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative. Any comments? Chair Gillen.
Back at the far end of the Soldiers and Sailors Grove, there's a nondescript section where it just has a block of granite mounted on cement, and there's just one word there. And I think it's an important word, and that word is remember. And this resolution is about remembering that we don't forget the service and sacrifice of those that have gone before us. The Veterans Center in Berks County is the Etchberger Center, and there's a memorial stone out in the Soldiers and Sailors Grove for Chief Master Sergeant Richard Etchberger, who paid the ultimate price during the Vietnam conflict. And so I'm pleased, Mr. Chairman, that you brought this resolution before the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Gillen. Any negative votes? Seeing none, the resolution passes unanimously and will move to the floor. Is there any other business before the committee? This meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everyone.